folks, JD here, and that noise you can probably hear is the hailstones outside and then after coming down. So today we are looking at this. This is the WLToys V911. Now, this isn't an indoor copter, this is an indoor-outdoor copter. This does not run on Bluetooth, this runs on standard 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi frequency, so you can take it out. It has a flight height distance of 50 meters and a control distance of 80 meters. The battery takes, it gives you a flight time of 5 to 6 minutes, but does take 40 to 50 minutes to charge. Now I say 40 to 50, in the manual they say 50, but I did actually count it as being 40. Now, this construction is mostly plastic. In fact, it's nearly all plastic. You have your big control gear in the back here. You have one set of blades on the top instead of the two sets. You have your balance beam as well on top from there. You have a separate motor, which is really easy to see this time, on the back here, which controls the rudder. You have your battery, which sits underneath here and juts out at the bottom. Don't like that. In some of the other helicopters that we've looked at, the battery's been in the nose cone. I like the battery to have a bit of protection. With it being at the back here, just jutting out, that to me doesn't seem very protected. It does seem as if it's open, not only to the elements, but open to puncture as well, and I don't like that. Now, that being said, inside, let me see if I can angle this in such a way. See that silver rod? That's the motor inside. It is a beast. And to be honest, I think this guy is going to shift really quick. Now, that's the copter. What about the transmitter? Well, as I said in yesterday's unboxing, the transmitter analog stick for throttle and yaw is unfortunately snapped. But there's still enough of a little nub in there that I can actually just use that to control. And then the right analog stick is no problem at all. That came in one piece. Now, what I like about this is the telemetry screen. I do like telemetry screens, as a long-time viewers of the channel will know. And the great thing about this, not the beeps, but the great thing about this is that you get a nice little helicopter there, and as soon as you apply throttle, as you'll see, the blades spin. Very nice. It also shows you it's running on 4 channels, and it shows you the battery there as well. Now, I like that. This controller seems very sturdy. It reminds me a bit of the older SEMA transmitters, so maybe it is just a template version from that. We have standard yaw, throttle and pitch trims as well, should they be needed. Now, I'm very excited to take this guy up, so let's do exactly that. So here we have it. Now, as I'm flying indoors today and as the weather is absolutely atrocious outside, I do have to use my main light. Unfortunately, as you can see, it does cast a couple of shadows, so I am sorry about that. But anyway, let's flip this over. This is the battery. Now, the battery itself is really quite small, fits in the bottom here, and there is only one way that it can go in. You do have to double check that you are aligning the pins correctly. Now, once you put the battery in, the quadcopter will start to flash. As soon as it flashes, the little red LED on the inside of the body here, you'll notice that that will mean that the gyro is starting to calibrate. So what I've done is I've pulled, there we are, pulled the battery back out, plugged the battery back in, just for it now to calibrate. Oh, that beep is absolutely horrible. Just for it now to calibrate on a nice flat surface. What I've done is I've pulled the battery out, plugged the battery back in on a flat surface. You'll see the LED inside will flash like hell, and then it'll stop. That will just let you know the calibration is over. What I will try though is, just in case there is another form of calibration. No, now what you can see straight away is as you turn, you can see that motor really turning this blade, and actually turning it quite a lot as well. Right, I'm quite excited for this. So let's position this properly on the mat and let's take him up. And as movements are so quick, it does mean that flying him in a small space is a little bit tricky, especially with a broken transmitter as well as broken analog stick. He hovers extremely well. Look how quick he turns. He spins so incredibly fast. Now, this motor is brushed, so it's not brushless, but it is pretty damn quick. Because this copter weighs absolutely nothing, the brush motor inside does mean that because this copter weighs so little, the brushed motor inside really does perform extremely well. You can see the LED extremely well in the inside as well. He turns left, yeah, left and right, it's incredible. It's so quick. And that rudder on the back really gives the extra stability you need. Now it is wobbling a little bit, I have noticed. And also, oh, there we are, it is wobbling quite a bit. Now then, the first battery lasted a good 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is just replace this battery using the same steps. Plug it in on a level ground, because there's no on switch. Leave the gyro calibrate. Come on. Am I actually? Yeah. Let's just line this up. It seems as if the mouldings on the batteries are a little bit out on just by a fraction of a millimetre. There we go. So there's the dud battery. They're extremely small, extremely small. Right, but they do give a nice little bit of balance on the back of the helicopter as well. Okay, on, one up and one down. I do believe after taking this up a few times, I do believe it is automatically binding. I don't think the single open and close throttle actually does anything, but still it's of course a habit. So with this, let's take it back up again. Incredible fun. It really is. I can't wait to see what this does outside when the weather clears a little bit. Oh, it's going to be so much fun to take this guy up. He's got such a good air presence as well. He looks so good and he's so well balanced as he flies. There are a couple of things which are annoying me about this slightly, but I'll go into that in the verdict at the end. But his flight overall is just so good. What do I think? A very solid flyer, extremely solid flyer. Has a couple of quirks which I'll get into in a little minute, but overall this is it just seems so well built. It really does. I mean, you hold it, it feels a little bit flimsy, it feels a little bit plasticky, but it has put up with a couple of crashes, a couple of dings, and it's still bouncing back and it's still ready to fly. I really can't wait to take this out. Now, the few things which annoy me, a couple of them are cosmetic, yes, but still, I still can't get away from it. One of the facts being that these little landing sprigs here are, well, look at them, as flimsy as you like. I would have liked to have seen some nice, maybe plastic mounts on the side, but a nice aluminium skid on the bottom. Now, that's not asking too much. It wouldn't have increased the weight a little bit. It would have increased the weight a little bit, but not that much. But this particular motor is extremely well powered, so therefore I don't think that would have been much of an issue. Now, even though weight with this is extremely low, I still would have liked to have seen an aluminium propeller guard, an aluminium propeller arm at the back here, just to ensure that extra little bit of stability, maybe an extra little bit of durability. In saying that, I haven't found the plastic to be bad. It's just little things that I would quite like to see. Now, its flight was brilliant. Yaw left and right, extremely smooth. His pitch, positive, negative, fine. Negative's a little bit wobbly, but you sometimes get that with the helicopters. Positive, no problem at all. He wants to fly, he wants to go. I found it a little bit tricky to keep him under a particular speed in the small living room that I've got. If your living room is larger, you should be fine. If you're going to fly him outside, again, you should be fine. Now, if you do fly this guy outside, just bear in mind he's extremely light. The slightest gust of wind will take him away, so I've got to pick my day for me to fly this outdoors. Now, The overall operation though, a massive thumbs up, absolutely. Is it as good as the SEMA we looked at a couple of weeks ago? No, it's not. The SEMA is purely indoors, runs runs in an infrared frequency, so that is a pure indoor copter. This isn't. This is indoor and outdoor, and I think that the SEMA is better than this, but I think this has got a lot more going for it in so much that you can take it outside. Now, what about the transmitter? Well, the transmitter came to me with a broken throttle stick there, but at the end of the day, it was a little bit tricky to get used to, but managed to get used to it without any issue, without much of an issue. And then once again, your left, right, no problems at all. Telemetry screen, but massive thumbs up again. I do love telemetry screens. The overall operation of the transmitter was brilliant. Didn't have to use any sort of trims. I did find it felt really good in the hand. It operated really well in the hand as well. I found the beeps at the start when you turn this on extremely ear-piercing and quite annoying, but still, it's nice to have it as a status indicator, but does it really have to be that annoying? Now, overall, I like this. You can charge off this particular transmitter as well, should you want to. There we are, the charging cables in the back. It does take 6 AA batteries, so if you are going to charge off the back of it, just make sure you do have spare batteries, because it'll chew through those 6 without any issue, I would imagine. Now, overall, operation was brilliant. I really quite like this transmitter. It's basic, gives you exactly what you need, and that's pretty much all you ever do need with a transmitter, is that. So there we are, folks. It's a massive thumbs up for this little guy. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.